Welcome to this video. I think this video an interesting one, which basically tells you the difference between human language and computer language. So what we're saying as human, the language we use, how it can be said in a computer or programming language. You will notice that the programming language is more structures, and you see a lot of things in a short statement, but the human language is more descriptive. It can describe things in more details. Understanding how to represent a human language in a computer language will be a great help to you, and you will find it interesting. So how different is really human language from Java? If I want to say something in human language, how I can say it in Java? Is it the same? And that will give you an idea. It's really very, very similar. And maybe programming language is more structures and focused than human language. Now look at this. In human language, I say my name is Hamad. How I can code it, write it as a code in Java. In Java, I have to say my name with no space between my and name equal quotation Hamad semicolon. So it's that way I have to do it. But there's one thing missing there. If we put this one in Java, you will get an error saying what is the data type. You need to specify for everything you use in Java and other languages what data type is that variable from. So my name now is a variable, okay? What type it is? It is type string, and string in Java means text. So it's a text. If it is a number, I can use either int for integer, float for anything with decimal point, double for a larger decimal points, and others. Okay, so here I'm using a text. So my name is a text. My name is not 1, 2, 3. It's a text. It's not a number. So I have to use string. So string space a variable, my name. Now my name is stored into that variable, equal quotation, because it is a text, you must have a quotation, Hamad, then semicolon. The semicolon is important in Java at the end of the line. Most of lines should have a semicolon, except few of them, like when you use if statement and for loop, the same line, you don't need a semicolon. Another example. Assume I want to say my age is 25. That's not my age, yeah? Maybe doubled. How I do it in Java? In Java, again, I can say int. Now, 25 is integer number. Does not have a decimal point. So I use int because it is integer. We will come in details to those data types, string, int, float, double, many others of them, byte, short, long, all those. We will come to them in details later in the course. But for now, 25 is an integer number. So int my age, no space between my and age. And I didn't use any special character like semicolon, percentage, no, just alphabetic. I can use numbers for sure. I can say my age 1, but doesn't make sense. I have only one age. My age equal 25 semicolon. So that I do it in computer language. Oh, she's reminding me. Alexa, Amazon, stop. Okay, back to our video. So in human language, I say my age is 25. In computer, I say int my name equal 25, which very similar in my opinion. The next one, we look at a little bit bigger one. Assume I came to the room, there are 4 people, I said, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So I'm repeating good morning 4 times. There's so many processes in life that we repeat multiple times, either in doing data processing, of reviewing files, filling forms, doing other things, or maybe in our daily life. The process of driving a car has so many repetitions of things that you do, and many other things. So if you want to repeat a certain line of code multiple times, how you do it? So in life, we repeat it, just say it 4 times. But if I need to say it 1,000,000 times, I will not be able to do that. But the computer can do it 1,000,000 times. And for the computer, the same number of lines are the same. It's not going to do so many lines. I'll show you that. So here we use, in this case, if we repeat something, we use something called for. There are multiple type of ways of repeating things, for and while, and a few more in the programming languages. But for is widely used, for and while used widely. For is good in repeating things for certain times. I want to repeat it 5 times, use for. While is depends on condition. So I will be teaching while it's not end of the class. So I just continue teaching and teaching until the end of the class. I'll stop doing that. So that's something like that. So for has a way of repeating things. So this one we repeat it for I value of 1 until value is less than 5. Means you repeat 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And it has here I plus plus, means increment by 1. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. But if it's I is I plus 2, it will become 1, 3, 5. Yeah, think like you jump by 2. Here you're jumping only by 1. So 1 I plus plus means increment by 1. We will come in details to this for loop. You need you to understand now at the moment you have a command called for. You have a sort of a counter that counting from a starting point to ending point, and you have an incremented value. And that for loop has 2 different more things. One, it has a bracket here of type brace here, and it has a closing bracket. So there is opening and closing bracket. Again, I don't want you to understand it fully now. If you understand it, will be great, but this will be done in full details later. So that's it. And inside you write your statement that you want to repeat 4 times. So system.out println good morning. This one will do good morning 4 times for you. But if you make 5 instead of 5, you make it 100, it will do it 199 times. You make it million, it will do it million minus 1 or something like that. And it will repeat it the same lines. There are 3 lines, can do 100, can do million, can do 2, can do 1, is the same line of code. So you don't need. So that in programming called iteration or looping. So in human, we repeat things by repeating it. In programming, we build a structure and it will repeat it for us as much as we want. The last one I'll give you now is where we use some sort of selections or conditions. So in life, if we say this situation, you pass the course if your score 60 or above. I tell my students, don't aim for passing the course. Aim higher and do more effort so you can get a higher grade. And not really passing the course, you might not get into that if you just want to pass. You want just the edge of the solution. Go to the higher scale. Now, if that's the situation, you pass the course if your score or you score 60 or above. Assume how we can write this one into coding. Again, in programming, translating this using if statement. If score is more than or equal 60, assuming you score 60 or above. then what will be the answer? There are two things. One, you have a bracket here and bracket here. This is where you put the answer or the process if that condition is met. So if you are more than 60, you will pass the course. So you will print system out, print line, pass, because your score is more than or equal 60. But if it is not, there's something called else. Else, if it's not more really, then else, again a bracket and close bracket, and in between you put your solution. You know why we need those close and open bracket? Because sometimes we have more than one line there. So you can list all of it. In fact, if you have only one line, you don't need a bracket, the brace, this brace. But you need it if you have more. But it's good practice to keep it like that, because maybe later you want to add something, something in between. If you're sure you don't need to add it, you don't add it. So you don't add anything to your good. So that's a way translating from human to computer language. Computer language is more structured, as you can see, but very similar. If score is more than 60, print pass. Else, print false, failed. Okay, that's it.